in all, a quick check-in after the roughest night we've had since we arrived. So last night we stayed at a Harvest Host location, and it was a farm, and then their car park for RVs was literally just off the Highway 17, the Trans-Canada Highway. Now we were concerned there was going to be road noise, weren't we, babe? That was literally the least of our concerns. I have never in my entire life seen so many mosquitoes in our van. There was loads outside. It was ridiculous. I was trying everything, like, to make sure I didn't get bit. And if you haven't seen 40 Days and 40 Bites, well, this is like the adult version of that. This is like, isn't it? Yes. So one
super-sized version.
Super-sized. They are massive. These things are huge, and they're shameless, aren't they?
They are.
They were even landing on Gary, and Gary gets no mosquito bites whatsoever. In fact, I've been bitten on my lip. It looks like I've got a really bad Botox situation going on. That's a mosquito bite on my mouth. So it was a nightmare last night, and one of the things that had happened is with the 40 Days and 40 Bites, lots of people have said try SSS, the Avon stuff. So I was really lucky. My mate Lynn gave me some, and I lathered myself last night, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was like a seal pup. I was so oily going to bed. I was literally like a little oily slither. Well, oily big slither going to bed, wasn't I? Like, yeah. That's what I looked like. And honestly, no good. They don't care. I'd put lavender everywhere. I put eucalyptus everywhere. There's all sorts of stuff. And do you know what? These things were still biting me, even on my mouth. It's disgusting. So we think they were coming in the van. There was ingress, didn't we?
Yeah, they've got to be coming in somewhere, because there's not that many sort of hiding places for the amount that I killed last night. Must have done at least 100.
Easy.
I mean, I'm not kidding you. These things are so big, the only place they can get in is the door, and I didn't hear it opening all night. So I think what I'm going to have to do today is we're going to have to get a roll of mosquito netting, because these vans are built for Europe. They're not built for sort of North America and these Houdini mosquitoes. So I'm gonna look at all the vents on the van, make sure that I can get behind them and put mosquito netting, and I think that should hopefully sort it out.
Yeah, they're really noisy. They're the ones that go zzz, right by your eyes and in your ears, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not buzzing, these ones, they're flapping.
There were so many. There's still a couple in the bathroom now. You know,
having a shower.
Honest to God, I don't know how people do it. It's awful. It's awful. So for me, then it seems like there is 6 months of absolute freezing cold weather, and then 6 months of this. They're hardcore, these Canadians. They're absolutely hardcore, aren't they, Gary?
They are.
So we're going to have a quick look in this home hardware store, aren't we, Gary? See what we can find.
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for some mosquito mesh. So hopefully they'll have it in rolls, and we'll be able to just grab 1 metre or 2 metres of it. Okay.
And it looks like people are well used to and accustomed to sort of dealing with it. Look at this sort of bug blocker jacket. I've just been talking to this guy here who says their horse flies come out and their deer flies, don't they? They come with their knife and fork, he says.
Yeah, they do.
Oh dear, what's this one? It's like it's a head net. Oh my gosh, it's a real problem here. Fine, Gary.
Right, so for the van, we've got this netting here, which I'm going to cut down to the right size.
I'm still tempted to get some of these outfits. This looks like a jacket with like $33.99 for this one, so that's roughly £20. And I mean it's a bit weird, but believe me, having been bitten on my mouth this morning, I'm taking this quite seriously. Got a couple of bits now that we hope are going to work, one of these sort of like repellents, but we've just spent $128, haven't we?
Yeah, about 78 quid, something like that.
About this, well over 70 quid. It's like you were saying earlier, we don't just need a travel fund, we need a mosquito fund when you're in Canada. So that's one thing I would say, is be prepared for the absolute onslaught of mosquitoes and the stuff you're going to maybe need to buy. Our campsite, and you've taken off that vent, haven't you, Bab?
I have, because I realised that whilst that one did have the mosquito netting on it,
Yeah.
behind there, the top one didn't, and that comes all the way back to the fridge and the side of the fridge, and that's where they were coming in last night, on the side and the tops of the fridge. So I've now put some netting on the back of this.
Yeah. And now have you stuck it down just with super glue?
With
a bit of tape.
With tape on there.
Yep.
So this is the first sort of.
Could you see any in there as you opened it up?
Yeah, a couple flew out actually.
Did they?
Yeah, so they were stuck.
So we now know how they came in last night, and it didn't matter how many we sort of dispatched. There was always more, wasn't there?
There was, yeah. I'm going to take a look at this and see where that is. Now that's the airflow for the boiler.
Right.
This one here. So I'm just going to have a quick look behind it to see if there's anything stopping them getting in there, because
there's just an example of what they're like. They're just everywhere, and you've actually got sort of some insect repellent
on,
and you don't normally like you, do they?
They don't like me at all.
Well, these ones do. These are quite into you, Gary, aren't they?
They are.
Interestingly enough, Gary is like so determined to solve it. Now he's having the issues. So
here again, you see there's.
Right.
That's all the way in, so they can get in there and they can go out.
Will that affect it though? Gosh, it's a bit dusty, isn't it?
It's just over the years. I'll give that a clean, and I'll put some. I'll probably put some around the edge. Bloody mosquitoes again. Wouldn't really mind, but then they need permission from air traffic control to get in here.
I know. They're massive, aren't they?